It was a very eventful week, so let's get into it. We're starting to see a ton of price cuts across the country, but if you're a realtor watching this, you know this is often just a tactic used to attract more buyers and drive prices up. And about a third of homes are selling over ask, so it's not really a sign of weakness in the housing market. Fannie Mae and Pulseonomics gives us a survey from 150 top economists, and the consensus is we're going to continue to see home prices move up. Obviously good for homeowners, not so good for those holding out for a crash or for prices to drop. We saw import prices fall more than expected. That's good for inflation. And if I haven't said this enough, mortgage interest rates do follow inflation. Now the outlook for sales and new cars dropped, and that could mean price cuts and incentives, which would also help inflation. The major one this week was the Fed that decided to keep interest rates steady, and they indicated just one rate cut this year, which we expected. More importantly was what Fed Chair Jerome Powell had to say in the press conference and the Q&A. He acknowledged current policy is restrictive, hinting at the possibility of future rate cuts. And if we see unemployment reach about 4.2%, it should be enough for them to start cutting. And on that front, initial jobless claims hit their highest level since August, and continuing claims also came in higher than expected. These are signs that the labor market's weakening, which is what we want to see if you're hoping for mortgage rates to come down. The Consumer Price Index, that's CPI, for May also came in lower than expected. This is mostly thanks to shelter costs finally coming in a little lower, as well as car insurance, which has been holding inflation up. The Producer Price Index, that's PPI, measures wholesale inflation, and it also came in lower than expected. Gas prices coming down helped there. But these lower inflation readings, the idea of future rate cuts and some strong bond auctions help mortgage-backed securities. Next week, I'm going to be back with retail sales numbers and some more housing news, so I'll talk to you then. Have a great weekend.